Yeah, pour it up, let the bourbon speak. Call me old-fashioned, we bringing that heat. 100 proof, sipping flavor on blast. Dabbling with the rear view, raise your glass. Bourbon hunting for unicorns, that's the chase. High ride heat, put a smile on my face. Respect to the OGs, yeah, they set the tone. Tucks, Mr. Lopez, I rock, Aragon. Notes hit strong, low key, smooth ride. I'll see you on the other side.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to Call Me Old Fashioned, where we talk everything bourbon, whiskey, and of course, old fashions. Tonight we're gonna be doing something a little bit different, but also like the same, right? Don't get it twisted. It's Friday. We're gonna have some drinks, have a couple pours, but I'm gonna be giving away a good handful of my whiskey. Right now, obviously, I'm not getting rid of like the Brussels 15 or the 13th Colony. Like, let's be real. But my brother's coming into town Thanksgiving. I got a bunch of whiskey I just don't drink, right? I have shelves of it that I like. You're going to see me. I'm going to dust them off tonight, right? And I'm going to figure out which ones we're going to give him, which ones I may give somebody else. And then we're just going to kind of drink some of the old whiskey and get to the bottom of it, of what we should give away. Now, for his profile, he likes things sweeter. He doesn't like super high proof. So I probably won't give away like the higher proof stuff to him. But you never know. Maybe we'll throw a couple things in. But buckle up. Welcome to stream. Happy Friday. Glad to have you. If you haven't already, drop a like. Subscribe if you are new. But let's get to drinking. I have a shit ton of whiskey over here that I like pulled over here because I thought it'd be easier. It's not easier. But let's go ahead and start with a little McKenna. A little Henry McKenna 10-year. Now, a lot of people like this bottle. Some people consider it allocated. And the first one I had, or first two really I had, were fantastic. This bottle was not that great. Don't know why. Just wasn't. They're hit or miss, right? I don't know why exactly they're hit or miss, but they're hit or miss. They're a little too pricey for me to keep missing. But I've kept it, right? Just seeing if it's gonna open up, change a little bit. So let's crack into this one. Ooh. Now this one is barreled on 4/22/2013. Let's get a wee little sip going. Let's check the chat. Ooh, my audio still going? Yep. All right, let's check the chat real quick. Bourbon Daddy says, I also get on this action of taking the bottles. I mean, hey. Bourbon Therapy says, same. Christian says, what's up? Call me old fashioned. Happy Friday. Finally got my mitts on a bottle of the Old Fit 7-year. About to fresh crack it for the stream. I mean, I could drink that with you too. I'm not getting rid of that one though. I love that bottle. Also, I'll take the bottles you don't want. All right. It sounds like there's a line tonight. Jacob in the chat, what's up? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to stream. Well, let me know what you're sipping on tonight. I get some water. You know, I saw this comment. I wanted to get a little spicy, but I was tired, so I didn't. Somebody said it got bad because I didn't cleanse my palate between each pour. And he's like, I can't take you seriously. I was thinking, like, you probably shouldn't. Don't take me serious. I drink whiskey on the internet. I'm not out here doing brain surgery. So I thought it was quite funny, though. He's like, when you did, you were drinking juice. I was like, I like juice. Like, what the fuck do you have against juice? I had a good laugh, so I appreciated the comment. Kristen says, I got the Penelope Black 1, old fashioned and fresh, and a fresh crack, hard truth airing out in a Glen. Which hard truth? The one I have is fantastic. I hear good things about the hard truth stuff, though. I see some people in the Discord have the Penelope, what is it, apple cinnamon premix old fashioned, the new one. I don't know how he got it, but somebody got it. I will say, it's been sitting there a while. I mean like a year. You know what I mean? Just sitting there. It really hasn't lost much of anything, right? I think it was sealed pretty well. The cork stayed wet. It's still got its little bite to it. I'd say it's a little bit better than I remember, as far as it being a bad, quote unquote, bad bottle. But it's still not like wowing me as like the first few bottles did. But it's not bad. I think my brother would actually like this bottle. A little more spicier, but there's that note. It's just like something on like the mid palate that's kind of strange, almost like bitter. It's almost like a weird oak tannin on it. Skywalker in the chat. What's up? Welcome to stream. Eric says it's too simple. I'm not saying it's not simple. My brother's new. He's a beginner to bourbon. So, I mean, a lot of these things for him is going to be like completely different. But, I mean, granted, like this is a decent bottle. When you get the good ones, like they're fantastic. But they're very rare to find those, is what I'm finding out. This, again, not bad. But price-wise, all that kind of stuff, probably not the one that I'm going to reach for. Now, I'm going to go over a couple other that I'm going to give him that I'm not even going to drink. Because I'm definitely not drinking this. You guys know this was like one of my least liked bottles, most hated bottles, whatever you want to call it. The Whistle Pig Piggyback Single Barrel Alpha Romeo F1. 96.77 proof. Its gimmicky thing was finishing it in G-Force. Whatever. I don't like it. Maybe he'll like it, but at least maybe it won't go to waste. Skywalker says, bro, you need to drink gummies. I don't know what that is. Kristen says, I stopped at Total Wine on my way back from work, and they had the regular sweet mash 90 proof bourbon, so I grabbed it. They also had the straight rye and the high road rye, but I didn't get those. I have the wheated, so I like the wheated a lot. Eric says, Old Fitz next. I just picked one up. I will definitely, like, if you guys are all drinking Old Fitz, I mean, I'll have a little pour with you. You know what I mean? I'll dabble. You ain't got to convince me to drink Old Fitz. You will be high, but it's just horse milk. What the fuck are we talking about, bro? Just sipping some Buffalo Trace, Jacob says. Buffalo, you can't go wrong with Buffalo Trace either. There's a nice little warm-up pour. What else do I have that I probably won't be drinking? Oh, I'm going to give him my Travelers. I have one. Mine's signed. I don't care to drink it. Probably won't ever drink it. But this one's already open. He likes like Crown Royal and Canadian whiskey and stuff like that. He's not too picky, so I think he'll actually like that one. So we'll give him the Travelers as well. He also don't get me wrong, he's not sitting there drinking everything neat like I do. He likes making cocktails, mixing it with Coke and stuff quite often. So like, you know what I mean? He'll be okay with it. What else we have over here? Oh, the Blade and Bow that I don't care for. I'm not drinking this either tonight. So there's some things I know I don't have to drink. We'll give this one to him as well. This one's 91 proof. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Cool bottle, but beyond that, like, I'm good. I don't need it. This one's got a little love-hate relationship with it. I could have swore everybody in the Discord and in the channel recommended me to get this one. And they were like, you got to get it. And the second I bought it, they're like, we didn't tell you to do that. So it is what it is. But we'll give those to him. I'm not just trying to give him the whiskey I don't like either. Right? Granted. But if I don't like it and he'll drink it, you know what I mean? Might as well. Eric says, I'm currently sipping Hardin's Creek 2 year. Not bad for ultra young Jim Beam. 108 proof. Low entry proof. Peanut butter. Big time. Some youthful grain notes. I've seen those. They're up the road, but they wanted too much. I can't remember what it was. I think it's like 200 a piece or something crazy like that. I probably won't get those. Not that I don't want to try them. Like, I'd love to try those. I'm not spending $200 for young age Jim Beam. So, this one's a little bit higher proof. This is a little 1792 full proof. I haven't decided if I'm gonna give this one to him yet. I do have the small batch as well. I'll probably definitely give him the small batch one. This one's only 93 proof. And I typically don't care for any of the 1792s. Like, they're not bad. They do this weird thing, though, where they're dusty. Not in, like, a good way. It's just dusty as shit in my room. They dry my palate out. Don't know why. It just, like, something about them. But let's give the full proof another shot before I completely get rid of it. Again, not a great flavors. If it dries my mouth out, though, it's what deters me from drinking it. Caterpillar says, I just fresh cracked a Fireball green apple. Got it in the Glen. I mean, you got any tasting notes you want to share with the crowd? No age state. Non-age stated, but that's okay. You know, I hear that's allocated stuff nowadays. Eric says, it's not the new ones. It's the ones that are like 10 years or something. It's like 80. Oh. Well, I don't know about those then. Christian says, bro, what is horse milk? Bro, I'm pretty sure he was just in here trolling. It's okay. I'm not worried about it. I could be wrong. And maybe I just don't know what the heck he's talking about. But I'm pretty sure he was talking about drinking like horse cum. See, 1792 has a great nose. And it's always like really inviting. I'm like, yeah, I could drink that. The full proof's got a little ethanol on it though. Calipo says for the Fireball green apple, he gets a little bit of green apple on the nose and then some extra green apple. I mean, sounds unique. I think I may have to keep this one. I don't think he would like it, to be honest. The 125 proof might be a bit much for the stuff that he wants. I'll let him try it. If he wants it, he can have it. But I doubt he'll like it. So let's put this one back over here. 1792 full proof is staying. The 1792 small batch, though, lower proof, I know he'll like that one, so I'm good with that one. Fat Corn in the chat says, hello, everybody. Fat Corn, welcome, welcome. Eric says, nah, he was talking about fermented alcohol made out of milk. Oh, really? Could have fooled me. See, that's what I was saying. Like, I don't know. What do I know? Caterpillar says, I got it for MSRP too. Pretty lucky I got a guy to hook me up. Bro, get out of here. Hey, I didn't see you posted in the pickup page. My bad. $1942 says boom. Boom. What's going on, baby? Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. So I think this so far is a decent little selection for him. But I have, let's run through the Yellowstones, because I do want to try these one more time, but I don't remember them being anything like super impressive, so we'll have to just give them away. Running out of space. I should have went to Total Wine and picked up boxes. He says, drinking homebrew beer, man. That's pretty cool. I wish I was able to do stuff like that. I'm just not, I don't have a garage anymore. But so, like, do you like making it yourself better than buying it? I feel like this got to be like a hobby thing, not like, no, I mean, because I could probably buy beer better than I could ever make it, you know? Let's scoot this over. Now, granted, for these, I'm not getting a new Glen each time, so y'all can fight about it. I have 3. This came in a little sample pack for the holidays. It came with the Yellowstone Select 93 proof Kentucky bourbon whiskey. It came with the Rum Cast 100 proof, and then it did come with the Toasted at 100 proof. Now, I remember the Toasted being pretty good. I don't think I like the other 2. So let's just kind of work up the proof wise. And I can let you know which ones I still like. I don't remember them being like bad or anything like that, or like disliking. I just think it just didn't like impress me much. So I was just like, who cares? You know what I mean? Kristen says, from Google, mare milk is food source traditionally consumed Central Asia as a fermented beverage. Oh, 1942 says, yep, way cheaper to make it here in Australia. They tax the fuck out of us here, man. They tax the fuck out of us here too, but I get what you mean. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. Like, if you like to save some money, you just make it yourself. I wish we could do that with bourbon. You know what I mean? I just make my own collection. Not bad. Nothing to like wow your pants off. He'll definitely like it. It's sweet. It's light. A lot more caramel forward than anything. Again, it's not bad. I wouldn't mind keeping it, but to be honest, I'll probably never drink it. Like, I'll never like choose that over a lot of things. You know, like if somebody's like, "Oh, what are you gonna drink tonight?" I'm not gonna remember to go, "Ooh, I have this 93 proof Yellowstone." You know what I mean? Like I have a bunch, so I'm okay with giving him that. He can have it. He can have it. I gotta water in between each pour, or somebody's gonna yell at me. You know. All right, let's see. Let's do the rum cast finish. I'm just doing like little itsy bitsy pours, you know. I still have another handful of bottles, and then we're gonna pick a couple off the shelf too that'll give him as well. And I still have like a couple pre-mixed stuff that I haven't opened that he can have. I have the Shady Mile stuff, but I've drank that recently. I'm good with giving him that. I have the Caribou Crossing down there that I'm giving him. Again, don't need to drink that either. I mean, this one's sweeter, for sure. Have you tried Amara cherries in your old fashions? What's the bottle look like? Is that the one that looks like the urn? Fat Corn says, I've been to Australia, sorta. It was an Outback Steakhouse, and I was sipping a Foster's. You're basically there. You know what I mean? That's like you could have spent a week there. Let's see. Bourbon Therapy says, guess who's back?
Guess who's back? Back again.
Welcome back, baby. Happy Friday. Glad to have you. If you just now tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, drop a like on the stream. It does help. Subscribe if you haven't already. That's a given. We're on the road to 5,000 before the end of the year. We should have already been hit it. That's on me though. Actually, it started off a little weird. The finish wasn't bad. That was better than I remember it. Still not my style. You know what I mean? It's not what I personally would want. Like, I want my rum to be rum. I want my bourbon to be bourbon. It's kind of a given. But it's not bad. I don't think any of these Yellowstones were bad. I think they were all like pretty decent. They just didn't like bring the wow factor. The toasted though, I remember the toasted being really good. The toasted being 100 proof. I believe the toasted aspect of it made the drink a little bit higher, and I think it reminded more of like graham crackery marshmallow vibes. Yeah, graham cracker, like sweet. What is that? Yeah, a little char, a little toast, more graham crackery, a little marshmallow feeling. Might be in my head, but I get a little chocolate. But that might just be the graham cracker, like just triggering s'mores for me. But yeah, the toasted's fantastic. I like the toasted. I may have to keep the toasted. We might have to keep the toasted. Sorry, bud. Double oak and toasted, stay with your boy. All right, let's see. Let's move this over. Grab one more Glen. Now this one I've had for a while. I liked it, and then it's just like with how fast we were growing, I just never went back to it. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't bad or anything. It's Clyde Made's single barrel 5-year age straight bourbon whiskey, 102 proof. Ferd Turgeson says, "Have you had copper and cask? I'm thinking about buying a bottle tomorrow." I think you asked me that last time. No, I haven't had it yet. But I hear really good things, so I think from the word on the street is you should probably get one as long as it's within your budget. Christian says the Amara cherries come in a small black jar with pink graphics. They're like Luxardo cherries, I guess, just a different kind of cherries. I can send pic in Discord. Yeah, send a picture. I've tried a ton of different cherries. My go-to are like either like Woodfords if I'm feeling bougie. I like the filthy cherries as well. Obviously, like Luxardo. What's the other one? I never bought them, but the urn, the blue and white, like Greek-looking urn, that one, those are good too. But I don't have those. Let's get a little sippy of this one. This was a Total Wine pick, by the way. But barrel date in 2017. 2017. Yeah, so this is from 2022. Is when it was bottled. Had a little bit of cola on the nose. It's not bad. Oh, it has a great finish though. Compared to the front part of the palate, the finish was way better. Again, I'm sure he'll be okay with it. It's got a little bit of sweet notes. It's still got some like thin ethanol vibes to it. Only downside there, but it's still a little bit sweet with a little bit of spice on it. I think he'll be okay with that. Fat Corn says Walmart cocktail cherries for me. There's not cherry's a cherry. You know what I mean? They're all good. You can't go wrong with almost any of them. As long as you got one in your old fashioned, it's good. Did my camera die? What the fuck just happened? Oh. I just unplugged my computer. Let's check the... Did I fuck it up? Christian says, between the Still Awesome Cask Strength Bourbon and the Rye, which one do you prefer? I almost bought the Rye today. Bourbon. All day, every day, the bourbon's better. I like the Rye a lot, though. But when you start comparing it to other, like the bourbon is really good compared to a lot of other bourbons. The Rye is really good to a certain point, but like the Ryes separate themselves. Like it's not like Jack. You know what I mean? Like the Jack is worth the money. But I like it. I like it a lot. It doesn't go as great in a whiskey ginger because it's not like super heavy peppery rye. You know what I mean? So, but buy both. Our Total Wine had Penelope Cigar Blend. Not bad. I have that. I'm not that big of a fan of it. I pre-ordered mine like months and months before it came out, and it took me forever to get it. Little Old Fashioned. Welcome back, baby. Cheers. Happy Friday. Old Fashioned versus Manhattan. Old Fashioned all day. That's not even like remotely close. I'd like a Manhattan too. Don't get me wrong, but like my go-to's been Old Fashioned. Lately, my go-to hasn't been Old Fashions at all. My go-to's been Whiskey Gingers. We may have to change the channel name to Call Me Whiskey Ginger. That would actually kind of go because of the beard. I'm not changing the name, but you know what I mean. Bird Turgeson says Still Austin is very good for being so young. I think Still Austin is very good in general. I've had a handful of their stuff. I have their straight rye and their cask strength rye. I've had the straight bourbon, or what is it called, bourbon whiskey for them, and the cask strength. I have the red corn, and I have the Tanager, which is their cigar blend. I think I had one more that I drank. I can't remember which one it was though. Whiskey Ginger as a podcast. See, I wasn't changing the name anyway, but I didn't know that. But I've been like, literally, that's all I've been drinking lately is whiskey gingers. I've almost killed my rare breed rye, the barrel proof rare breed rye. It's almost gone because I was drinking in whiskey gingers. I would like to see an 8 or a 10 year from them. Yeah, absolutely. Now, the only knock to them is like they have bottles and bonds. They have some higher age stuff, but it definitely starts really ramping up in price. Their baseline, rye and bourbon, even at cask strength, are great prices, in my opinion. So I think, I don't know. I really haven't had anything from them where I'm like, oh, I don't like it. So, all right, let's break into here. I'm not going to drink this one. I could care less. This was a Total Wine thing. Hold on. Bro, these bottles have been dusty. This one was Bank Street Bourbon, 5-year age, 90 proof. It's a Total Wine thing, but I got it on sale. It was actually pretty good when I first got it. They jacked the price on this like up to like double nowadays. It's supposed to be some special edition, blah blah blah. It's all just marketing and sales. It's not shit. But it's more like sweet vanilla caramel. Kind of reminds me of like really basic Jim Beam without the nutty nose, but with a little bit of extra spice on it. So it had some cool features to it. I remember getting it at $25, I believe, or $20. So it was like really good for the money. But beyond that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm good. Let me put these back down now. So far, Blade and Bow, Travelers, Caribou, Shady Mile, Rye, and the Wheated Bourbon. Clyde Made Single Barrel, the Whistle Pig Piggyback, Henry McKenna 10-year. We're going to give them the 1792 small batch. We'll give them both of the Yellowstone's rum cast and just the regular bourbon whiskey. And now we got more stuff to go over. Let's do a little Kirkland's. So Kirkland's is in the same boat for me as 1792. You could tell me all you want. It's not 1792. but it is. Made from the same distillery, from Barton. It even says by Barton, 1792. Bottled and Bond. I believe it's just their Bottled and Bond product. Smack the label on it for Kirkland's. And the only reason I can tell is because it does the same like drying note that 1790 does to my palate. It's the only bottles that do it. But they have great flavors. But for me personally, whatever it is, whatever dries my palate out, just, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to drink that. McKenna 10, that's a solid bottle. It's not bad. They're hit or miss for me. He's a little bit newer to bourbon and whiskey, so I'm just kind of giving him the stuff that I don't drink, stuff that I don't like to, because he'll drink it. And then we're giving him a couple other things as well. Joker, welcome to the stream, baby, for family. How you guys been? Haven't been in the chat in a while. I know you're late. I have that bottle too. Not bad. This one, again, not bad. It's I really like 1792's flavors. It's just something about it. Like, it instantly dries my tongue. It's very strange. They should look into that. They should send me a bunch of whiskey just to test it and see what's causing it. You know what I mean? Just, I can't be the only one. I like the flavors, but I would never sit there and sip on it because of that. Because I instantly go like, I gotta get some water. Not great, but bad. He meant not bad, but yeah. Again, another cheaper-ish bottle, but it's a bigger one. Not great, not bad. I got you. I was bringing you along. Now this one was a newer one that I got. I've really only drank this once, but I did not like it. Not that I didn't like it. I just said it wasn't for me. This was Castle and Key small batch, cask strength, wheated, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. What does it prove? I can't find it. Oh, 105.8 proof. 7-year age, batch 1, blended in 2024. That's a hefty duty one. He says, nah, that's a chugging bottle. I mean, I could, but like, I'm not gonna. Yeah, the lady hyped this one up. I thought it'd be good too, but then another one of those things where I come back on stream and everybody told me it was gonna be shit, and I was like, wait, where the fuck were you? I asked for recommendations. Finally getting rid of the bourbon under the desk. Well, so my shelves, right? For what you see here, it looks okay. I don't overcrowd it or nothing like that. Mainly because I don't want the shelves to fall. But I have a bookshelf here that just looks like a landmine went off. I like it to look clean. You know what I mean? I want to be able to see what I have, and like everything is buried. So my entire bottom shelf, and really the bottom two shelves, I don't really drink. Like, as much as I may like the bottles, there's so many other great options in this room that I just don't get to them. And I don't like wasting whiskey. You know what I mean? That's money. Money is hours of your life. That's just my hours of my life just sitting down there burning away, in a sense. So I'm going to try to give it to somebody. My brother's coming down. He likes bourbon and whiskey. I'm going to give him a handful of stuff. So send a sample of that Castle and Key. You want to? A lot of people don't like it. Let's do another run out of here. The nose isn't bad. It's sweet, caramel, vanilla vibes. A little grain. I think there might be a little red fruit on it too. I could be crazy though. I'm pretty sure I'm reusing the Glen, so don't take the nose for too much. I'm going to send a super chat for the post stamp. Send me some. Joker, I thought you don't even like drink like that. I mean, free's free. Don't get me wrong. I'd understand that. Yeah, it's got a little cleaner aftertaste. A little lemon pledge. Consuela was here. You know what I mean? She might have cleaned the bottle. Yeah. This was one of those bottles where I was like, I bought it. I didn't care for it. And I don't necessarily want to give somebody a bad bottle. But if I don't like it, maybe somebody else will. So that way, that's why this one's making the cut. Because I'm not going to drink that. Again, so there's that bottle is for somebody. It's just not for me. It leaves a really bad aftertaste. Christian says the finish on the 1792 is super dry. The hard truth has a similar effect. My hard truth does not do that. My hard truth is like candy. My mom's name is Consuela. That's amazing. I was thinking Family Guy, but Joker says, man, I've been super busy. Kids, wrestling, work, school. I have been having some neat drinks before bed. LOL. My little night juice. That's cool though. I mean, I get it. You know, life's busy and crazy, so it's I mean, shoot, you guys think about it. 2 years ago, I was streaming almost every day, so I had a little bit more flexibility back then. Not as much anymore, but I still do my Friday streams. I still like to have a good time, but that also means it's why I'm like kind of giving away some of my stuff because I just don't drink near as much. And when I do, like, sounds bougie, I be drinking the good shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what day it is. Some people go, you can only drink allocated on Fridays or special events. Like, no, fuck that. It's a random Tuesday, and I'm getting down on it. I like night juice. That's good. All right, what else we got over here? I haven't decided on this one just because, I mean, winter's coming up. I could probably do a couple videos with something like this. Where's the freaking rag? Dusty. So this one's gonna be the Jim Beam Winter Reserve. Cheap little bottle, but it's all good. It's 86 proof. It says notes of vanilla and cinnamon. The one thing that always like shocks me about Jim Beam is Jim Beam's like that. It's like the budget lineup for a massive brand, and it is just Jim Beam brand. You know what I mean? Like nothing Jim Beam itself has ever like knocked my socks off. But it tells you exactly what you're getting, which I like. You're getting notes of vanilla. You're getting notes of cinnamon. You go in thinking you're getting anything other than that, then you know what I mean? Like that's on you. Ooh. Yeah, it's light. You know what I mean? 86 proof. It's really not much to it, but it's a good little sipper. I think all the Jim Beams are pretty good sippers. I probably keep this one to be honest. Again, it says Winter Reserve. I remember saying this last year. It doesn't taste like winter. This tastes like Thanksgiving, November. This is a November bottle. I don't care what they say. Even the colors are like Thanksgiving colors. If it was like white and icy blue or something like that, then you can say winter. But like Jim Beam, call me. I'll hook you up with some proper marketing. You know what I mean? Like I got you. Knob 12 is good. Fat Corn says Knob 12 is good. It's probably one of the only Knob Creeks I like. Christian says not the Winter Reserve. I like that one. Yeah, I like this one. It's just the only reason I like want to keep it is because it's one I could probably make a couple videos with this, but beyond that, drinkability wise, I don't have too many things that are 86 proof, and I think that's a necessity. You know what I mean? Keep something a little lighter on the shelf when people come over. So let's keep that one as well. Dun, dun, dun. And that's all that I had out right now. There's a couple other ones. You put that winter reserve back on the shelf. I did. I got it. Joker says, yo, let's find out. You're trying to get rid of. Let's find out. You're trying to get rid of some bottles and taste them, and then, like a hoarder, you say you're going to keep it. Joker, I think you might show up late. So everything on my bottom shelf right now, it's going to be going into a box. So far down there is Shady Mile Rye, Shady Mile Bourbon, High Wheat, Bank Street Bourbon Whiskey, 5-year age, Caribou Crossing, Blade and Bow, Travelers, 2 different Yellowstone, a rum cask, and a straight bourbon, 1792 small batch, Henry McKenna 10-year, the Whistle Pig that I absolutely hate, the piggyback Alfa Romeo one, Clyde's Made single barrel, Castle and Key, Kirkland's Bottled and Bond so far. But I have a couple other ones. I just couldn't fit it all on the shelf over there. So I'm probably going to give him the... I may give him my St. Augustine bottle as well. I really like the St. Augustine bottle, but if he likes it, I'll give it to him. Because he can't get it where he's at. Where the fuck is the other bottles? Let's just... Hold on. Probably give him my old granddad. Let's just keep that for now. I already... Fat Quint says, you love him, right? Give him your stag. I finished off my stag. Yeah, my Buffalo Trace selection is almost non-existent. I have a little bit of Blanton's left, about half, a little less than half a bottle of Eagle Rare, and almost no Weller Special Reserve, and then Benchmark. I've drank the I'm drawing a blank. The Sazerac Rye 100 proof, the Stag. I don't even remember what else I had, but I've been drinking the shit out of it because I really haven't bought too much new whiskey lately. I've been trying to drink my collection here, or selection, you should say. So it's just I've been trying to get through some of these bottles so they don't like feel like they're going to a waste, you know. Joker says, "Oh no, the Caribou one, the nice bottle. I remember that you didn't like that one. You had me in shambles trying to read that. I didn't care for the Caribou. I like the bottle, but it's okay." Eric says, "OGD." So I have the 14. I'm not getting rid of the 14. And I have the new 7-year, but again, there's another bottle that's really good that kind of just sits on the shelf and almost like dies. You know what I mean? Is the Old Granddad Bonded 100 proof. I know I really like this bottle, so I'm just drinking it for funsies. But I don't really get it. I don't go to it enough. You know what I mean? So again, go to somebody that can actually drink it, have some fun with it. You know what I mean? Or just die on my shelf. Proof it to me says, howdy all. Howdy. I love when people come in and say howdy. It's a good way to enter. Bourbon Therapy says, have you gotten to try any Tanyard Hill? No. But when I do, I'm going to put it in whiskey ginger like a psychopath. Christian says, Fat Corn, his brother is a noob. He don't know no good. He's getting some nice bottles. He's definitely getting some decent bottles, and he's going to get the try. He just doesn't like high proof stuff. So it's not like I'm going to give him something super crazy. You know what I mean? Because I know he is going to put a lot of this stuff in whiskey and cokes. You know, he's going to make some old fashions. He'll do some neat pours too, don't get me wrong. But that's not his main go-to. But maybe now it will be. He'll have a selection that he can really try. So many choices, not enough glasses. That's true. I've been reusing a couple of the glasses tonight. I don't care. I'm just getting a little, I'm saying goodbye to them, you know what I mean? They're like my children. Damn, that one's fantastic. The Old Granddad lineup in general is fantastic. Prove It To Me says, hard to keep and drink everything. You're not wrong. Especially with me doing like YouTube videos and stuff like that. Like at one point earlier in this year, I was buying like on average 10 bottles a night, but I would bring them home, open them up every single time, you know? So I was getting to a point where I wasn't really drinking what I had. I was just buying to drink. And I was like, to buy a whole bottle to drink it 1 or 2 times, it kind of sucks. And I'd have a couple of my go-to bottles I would just drink the piss out of course. But I was like, man, they're just kind of sitting on my shelf dying. I didn't like that. So I kind of slowed down on the buying a little bit. Been drinking through my little selection here. And I've been having fun with it, though, to be honest. Like, I finally got to really kind of sit down and have fun with the Rare Breed Rye. I finished off my Stag, finished off the Sazerac, all my Jack Daniels. The Jack Daniels are usually the first to go. So, you're going to be pickled, bruh? Why? Why am I going to be pickled? Christian says, OGD is like the kid in class who gets 100 on every test. F's up the curve for everyone. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Bourbon Therapy says, I feel you, man. I started raffling my unopened bottles. See, I would, but like, it's already hard to ship or get rid of an open bottle in general. Raffling it, I couldn't even imagine. Or an unopened bottle is hard to get rid of. An open one is almost impossible. Eric says, you've killed a few quick. I mean, I've dabbled. There's a few that I like absolutely love, and I just drink that. So the Jack Daniel's single barrel fry is probably the fastest bottle that I've drank individually. Young Grasshopper says, you don't get bad hangovers? I always do. No, not really. I don't really drink that much. Like, it looks like I'm drinking a lot. I'm drinking like sips. You know what I mean? Now, granted, they add up, but I drink a lot of water. Eric says, I'll catch up. Oh, wait. I thought he meant bottles. I've killed a few quick. I'm drinking little baby sips. Juan says, what's up, everyone? How's the Kirkland? I mean, I'm giving that away. So Kirkland is just $17.92. Barton Juice. It's their bottle and bond, if I had to guess. It's not bad, but all $17.92 leaves a little drying feeling on my tongue, so I'm not really a fan. So let's slide this one over, and let's grab. You guys probably would hate me for this one, but I don't like this bottle. Not that I remember. I'll give it one final little farewell sip, but beyond that, I know I don't care for this bottle. A lot of people like it, and I'm sure he would. It's sweet, it's cherries, it's just got a little. Oh, Jesus. A little medicinal to it that I don't care for. Eric says Kirkland's great for the price. OGD Bonded is better. 100%. I'll take the Old Granddad over a lot of things. Just not over everything. But I also have the 14, which I like even more. I have the new Old Granddad 7 Balled and Bond. So, like, that one just kind of sneaks to the back. You know what I mean? Cola, cherry, medicinal. A lot of people would like that though. It's just I think that one's just more of a me thing. I didn't fuck with my early times Baldwin Bond. I got bready notes, something I didn't dig. I wouldn't say bready. There's a weird note in there that I don't know how to describe, but it also like the cherry starts off like a sweet maraschino cherry and then it moves into like medicine cherry. That's the part that just really just doesn't sit with me, you know. Can't find early times in New Jersey. Some people are still looking for this bottle and it's hard to get. To me, I'm okay with not getting it ever again. I hear the black tops are out of this world, brown Foreman juice, but this is it's not. I'm okay with passing on that. Fat Corn says just opened a Jack Daniels single barrel pick, the 47 one. 47. What are we talking about? Is it the 47? I don't know what we're talking. I don't know what 47 is. I have a great Bottle and Beyond 1792 pick. Juan says. I mean, I decided to keep the full proof. I was like, you know what? Let me just. That one has good flavors, and I like the proof. It's just a finish, so I'm hoping maybe I can find something to do with it. Juan says early times gonna be my wedding bourbon. Now, granted, when I say things like not for me, like not for me in this room. Like I'm never gonna I'm not gonna pick that up over almost anything else in my room. You know what I mean? But if I go to a wedding and they have like some old fashions flowing and they got a little early times in it, I wouldn't be mad. I'd be pretty stoked that it was something a little bit different. You know what I mean? It's just I'm not going to buy another bottle and I'm not going to drink this one. So why not just give it to somebody that will drink it? You know what I mean? That's what we're doing. I'm just going through my little selection here, you know, figuring out which ones I like if I know I'm not going to touch them again, like let's give them to somebody that will. You know what I mean? Turd Ferguson, is early times worth it? It just depends on who you are. For me, it's not my jam, but a lot of people like it. There's just some medicinal thing on it for me that I just don't care for. I want to make like this infinity pour over here at this point. And yes, I'm reusing Glenn's. Because I want to save my other ones for when I have a good pour, in my opinion. I mean, I'll take Old Granddad over the early times all day. Juan says, just send it over. Evan Williams, Bond and Bond. Everybody's. You know what? If I listen to the comments, I would believe that everybody in the world has this bottle and they only drink this bottle Monday through Friday. And it's their go-to. It's the best bottle in the world, apparently. That's how the comments talk about this bottle, just so you guys are aware. For me, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. It's Evan Williams. Calm the fuck down. Like, it's good. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? Especially for the price. But when I'm not looking at price, I'm not choosing that over a lot of things. So. Oh my God. Christian says, reusing Glens, not cleansing your palate in between pours. What kind of whiskey channel is this? You can't take me serious. Christian, were you here for that? Bro, I'm dying. I wish I would have saved it. I could have pulled it up. I was reading it. I had a couple little whiskey gingers and a couple Jack and Cokes that night. I was dialing up something. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm not actually mad, but I couldn't type anything out that didn't seem like I was. And I was like, who cares? I'll just leave it alone. But I'm like, he's like, I can't take you serious. You didn't cleanse your palate in between each. And when you did, it was with juice. I'm like, I like juice. Calm down. If I need to cleanse my palate, absolutely I will. If I don't need to, guess what? I think I'm okay without it. All right, there was, what, one or two more? Maybe, maybe not. That might be. I know I'm going to give him probably one of the Penelopes if he likes it, either the Rio or the Havana. I have the short barrel Sasquatch and the Bee's Knees. I usually am going to drink both of those before the Rio and the Havana. I like the higher proof. They're a little bit sweeter, but I like the proof more than I like the sweet stuff. Turgeson says benchmark versus E-Dub. What's E-Dub? I mean, if it's Evan Williams, I'm going to take... Oh, okay, I see. Early times or Evan? I would probably take early times because I like the first part of that pour. Evan Williams, not bad. I think early times has a little bit more going on than Evan Williams. Probably I would say that. If I had to guess, to be honest, I have a feeling I have a weird bottle of early times. I'm not going to go look for another one to test it, because if I don't like that, I'd be upset. But I know that this is the proper way that bottle is. But I'm taking Benchmark over both of those. Benchmark Full Proof is a good go-to budget bottle in general. I would choose that over probably all of them. The only one that could really put up a fight with that one budget-wise would be the OGD 114. So, let's see. But yeah, that one, I'll probably give him my Valencia too, because I don't drink the Valencia at all. And then I do have 2 white label Redwood Empires that he'll probably take, because I know he likes those a lot, and I'm not going to drink those. I have all of that. So, that might wrap up that portion of the stream. I know it took a little bit, but I wanted to run through what I have, what I'm getting rid of. So far you basically saw everything that I'm going to get rid of. To be honest, that's a lot of whiskey. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 bottles. Yeah, 18 bottles and 3 small premixes. So that's a lot. And that's not even including like the Redwood Empires, the Penelopes, or the St. Augustines, because I'll give him those if he likes them. If he doesn't like them, I'm going to keep them. Prove it to me. I like that answer as well. Early times gets big value because it's a liter, not the 750 milliliter. I like that a lot too. I like it being a liter rather than the 750 milliliters or 700 milliliters. So that part does give me some points against it, or for it, however you want to word it. Let's do the Old Fit 7. iRock, what's up, team? iRock, what's up, baby? Welcome back to the stream. Happy Friday. Juan says, was there a raffle? No raffle. These are all, everything I was going through, they're all open bottles. If I could give away open bottles, by all means, I would do it. But 1, a lot of people would be kind of weird with that. 2, no idea how I would ship it. But my brother, who is newer to bourbon and whiskey, he's coming down. I'm just going to load up his car, whether if he wants it or not. Alex says, that bottle I just posted is an amazing pour. Let's see what you posted in the Discord. In one of the Discords. He sent a bottle of Stedman's Select Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It's out of the Barton 1792 distillery, bottled in bond, 100 proof. Probably going to be in the same boat as what we've been talking about tonight with the Kirklands and the regular 1792. It probably has great flavors. For me, it's just not the. It's giving me the dry mouth, you know. Send the Russells 15. All right, Juan, you got it. Iraq says, man, that Old Fitz 7 is amazing. I love this bottle. It's a great, great pour. I think Old Fitz did a really good job with this bottle. Overall, I like the proof of it. I like the bottle and bond status. I like the shape of the bottle. I like the cork. I like the pour. I think it has great flavors. I still think it's good for beginners if somebody did find it. It's just it hits a lot of check marks. I'm a fan of it though. I like it. I'd love to have a backup. I'll probably hold on to this bottle long enough to where these should eventually just be on the shelves and you'll be able to find them, but you never know. Christian says, you should give that Tanager away. I hear it's trash. That's probably but I don't know. It's not trash. What I was about to say, that might be my favorite bottle. I love the notes on it. Fantastic pour. There's just a handful of bottles I have that are just like so neck and neck. The Tanager, Russell's 15, 13th Colony, like those three alone are just right there. They're all on the same level. They're all completely different though. So that kind of makes it hard. You know what I mean? To like choose, because it's like, what are you feeling that day? If I was feeling a double oak, 13th Colony would win. Eric says, let me know if you need one of the Old Fit 770 to 80. So they should be hitting the shelves. That was my thing, right? Is that if they're going to be on the shelves, I want to be able to find them eventually. Now, what has been hitting the shelves around here, I know a couple people in here were talking about it, and I didn't believe them. Woodford's Reserve Double Oak. Cast strength. We've been asking for it. Normally, it's 90.4 proof. I've been seeing 95 proof, 97 proof. They're like single barrels. So if they are a real thing, they are hitting shelves. You want to check stores around you if you want to find them. I was hoping that the barrel proof or whatever they're calling it, I would hope it would be a little bit higher. If it's still in the 90 proofs, to me, like, yes, I'm going to get one eventually, but I was hoping for a little more proof-wise. Michael in the chat says, sup, folks? Michael, what's up, baby? Welcome to the stream. He said, crib? What's up? RX says, I haven't seen any of the cast strengths yet. There was a few people in here that said they had them, and I was just like, I think you're drunk. You know what I mean? Like, you might be reading the label wrong. But a few stores around here, I think it was Browdy's in St. Augustine has one. And it was like 95.4 proof or something like that. And I was like, that's cool. It's only 5 extra proof points. And it's a single barrel, so like it has some style points in a sense. I'm hoping I find one closer to 100 is what I would like. Let's do 15. You guys were talking about it. I drank the whiskey I didn't care for and I was getting rid of. Now we can drink some good stuff, right? Caterpillar says, YouTube won't let me super chat. It'll let me type a message, but then it won't go through. I don't see anything on my side. It depends on what you're typing, bro, too. Like, if you're typing some off-the-wall stuff, it may not let you. But, or you have to have money in it, I guess. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't... I don't know too much about that side. Proof It To Me says, is the Woodford's 125 proofer? Oh, God, I would. I'd love what I would give. You know what I mean? But no, it's the What I'm talking about is the Woodford's Double Oak single barrel picks that are coming out at barrel proof. The barrel proof, though, is really low entry proof, I guess, because they're coming out around like 95 to 96 proof. You know what I mean? That's what I've kind of seen on social media. Juan says, need the 15. Call me old-fashioned trade Samps. Do you really? If you really want one, I'll send you a sample, Juan. Just let me just message me in the Discord where you want me to send it. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not the 15. You know what I mean? Like this thing just ha. Fantastic pour. Caterpillar says, "Oh shit, I need money." That's it. Who is this, and what have you done with the real Juan? I don't believe you for a second. Juan doesn't have a 15. He has everything, right? He just posted he had like some Weller CYPB or whatever it's called. He's got like 15 Russell 15s. I really like this one too. I like the proof, 117.2. I feel like that's right in that sweet spot. Like, I like higher proof stuff too. I like lower proof as well, don't get me wrong. But like that 115-ish range is fantastic proof range. Are we getting we are getting the Woodford's 125 proofers. They are 750 milliliters. Are you talking about the rye? The batch proof rye is coming out in the Master Collection bottles. But I do have the 121.2 proof Woodford's. Now, granted, like I have all the fucking crazy shit. Oh my God, I almost just broke it. That would have been crazy. I have the Chocolate Whisper Redux 139.4 proof, the highest proof they ever released for Woodford's. This one's fantastic. One of my favorites. Then you have which year is this? Does it say? I think this is 2024. It doesn't say it, and I don't remember. 121.2 proof. So you can look it up for which year. I think that was last year's batch proof. Iraq says, still only had the Russell's 10. I mean, it's a good bottle too, don't get me wrong, but the Russell's lineup in general, the more you explore into the years than their fancier ones, those are really, really well done. The Russell's 13 is great. I have that one for this year, the 2025. I have 2024's Russell's 15. CYPB was trash? Juan says, believe it or not, never tried the 15. Okay, all right. I'll send you a little sampy. It's a good fucking pour. JC in the chat. JC, welcome back, baby. Happy Friday. He says that Woodford's is the 24 batch. It is. See, I knew. I just couldn't remember. They released like a 119 and then like a 124 proof all around the same time. It felt like the same time. Juan says, my buddy let me try his and was severely underwhelmed. What do you mean he was underwhelmed or you were underwhelmed? Elaborate. Like the pour threw you off, or I feel like the proof is spot on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just feels like a really solid pour. Like, it doesn't like blow you out of the water with the proof. It's not too low to where you have to search for anything. JC says, want to hear the CYPB ranked lower than the 12-year? Legit only beats the Special Reserve according to most people's lineup. That would be news to me. I've seen some people like rank it lower. Don't get me wrong, but that's news to me. I have seen a couple of people find that bottle too. Publix also around me just had the Four Roses limited edition. I did not see it, or I would own that one because I would like that. But I've seen that hit the shelves lately too. Oh, whoa. He says the CYPB was underwhelming. Oh, okay. That's unfortunate. Let me put these back. Oh, let me put this over here now. I feel like it might be whiskey ginger time, but who am I, you know? What do I have over yonder? I feel like mixed drink time is it sounds good, you know? So let me go grab my cup and ice and my little ginger ale, and I'll be right back. I'm just gonna play some music for you boys, and I'll be right back. Hold on, let me not crank it too loud. Juan says my rank is 107, Weather Full Proof, then 12. Not too shabby. Not a bad lineup there, hey? All right, I'll be right back. Let me put this down.
Yeah, pour it up, let the bourbon speak. Call me old-fashioned, we bringing that heat. 100 proof, sipping flavor on blast. Dabbling with the rear view, raise your glass. Bourbon hunting for unicorns, that's the chase. High ride heat, put a smile on my face. Respect to the OGs, yeah, they set the tone. Tugs, Mr. Lopez, I rock, there it gone. Notes hit strong, low key, smooth ride. I'll see you on the other side.
Timed that pretty perfectly, no? I'm just saying. I was pretty good at that. All right. Let's. There you go. So, I used my Kentucky Derby cup, a little Fever Tree ginger ale, and let's go ahead and use the rare breed because it's almost gone anyway. I don't know what it is. I like using like full proof, barrel proof, whatever rye at higher proof for these drinks. This one is 112.2. Do I have anything? I don't like the Heaven Hill grain of glass in it though. It's higher proof. It just doesn't sit, you know? JC says, drinking my frustrations away with the first ever Starlight. The honey cask finished bourbon at 106 proof, and a store near me got a new rift bourbon pick. Can't go wrong with the new rifts, but I've never had the Starlight honey cask. I have a handful of them, not Starlight, but honey cask. They're not bad. They're just really sweet. Christian says, still sipping the Old Fit 7. Lots of spice on the back end, mellow up front. I agree. It's nice and sweet up front, but still gives you a little kick on the back end. It's really well balanced. So, I like want to bottle kill it, but I also there you go. That's about how much I pour in for the whiskey gingers. I like to keep them like kind of moderate, just enough to where I can fit like one of these small cans in. There you go. Little whiskey ginger. I don't know why, bro, guys. This has just been my go-to little drink. This is really good. Really good. Anyways, guys, if you're just now tuning in, drop a like on the stream. Subscribe if you are new. We are on the road to 5,000 before the end of the year. Hoping to hit it. A long way to go, but you never know. You know what I mean? You just never know. Let me see. Let me see. There we go. Now it's cruising. Anyways, what are you guys looking for bourbon wise out in the market? What are you guys hunting right now? That's always a good topic for me. I like to know what you guys are looking for. Plus, I'll let you know what I'm kind of looking for right now. I'm not looking for much, right? I'm being very selective on what I actually buy, right? Just because again, I've been slowing back on buying because I've if you guys could see the budget for this year, I've blown that budget by far. But things that if I can find that I would buy, first off that I've seen in the area has been the Four Roses limited edition for 2025. Definitely want to try and get that eventually. Underdogs in the chat says, any drops in the horizon? Drops for me or drops for like that I know of? Which one are we asking about? The Four Roses, definitely looking for that. The new Redwood Empire Bottled in Bonds, the Grizzly Beast and the Rum, they come with cool tubes now. You guys know me. I'm a sucker for a good, marketing scheme. I'd love to get another Rocket Top. I'd love both, but if I had to choose, I want a Rocket Top again because I'm almost out. For me, I don't know how to describe it. We're trying to get into it. I'm always honest with you guys. I don't know enough about how to do that stuff. So I've been trying to connect with a couple people that could kind of help curve the learning curve here for me. But I'd say before sometime in 2025, we will definitely have between 2 and 3. Between 2 and 3 is the goal within 2025 or early 2025. But the only issue with me is like a lot of these people, I can go to the liquor store right down the road. They'll do a pick right now with me. But it would only be at that liquor store. So nobody that watches this channel necessarily would be able to get it. Because not most of my, viewership is not in Jacksonville, Florida. You know what I mean? So that's not necessarily what I want. I want you guys to be able to have it if I pick it and try to get something that, that's decent, something that I personally like, be able to share it with you guys. But JC says, I'm currently looking for the Garrison Brothers New Cowboy. I was also looking for the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof 12-year barrel proof, but I bought that last week. Oh, good. I'm glad you bought that. I have been looking for the new barrel proof rye. I feel like that would be good. I haven't seen it. I know where some are at, but they're way out of the way, so I haven't really hunted it. But if I happen to come across it, I would pick that up. Fat Corn says, I'm in New York and I want some 13th Colony. Can't get mailed liquor here? That sucks. 13th Colony is fantastic. The new one, I wouldn't say new anymore, but the 113 Maple Spirals or whatever they called it, that's now going to be a new shelfer. So people should be able to find that within the next year. That would probably be my recommendation to get right now. Unless you can get one of the fancy ones like the Cast Strength Rye or Bourbon or the Double Oak. The regular Southern Straight bourbon whiskey, it's not bad, but it's leather shoe. In a good way, but leather shoe. Oh, you did get the rye. There you go. Christian says, I think you can order a barrel pick from another state at your local store. I can go do barrel picks and have it. The issue isn't getting the barrel and buying the barrel and picking it and all that. It's how I distribute it. You know what I mean? Like I go to New Riff right now and go pick a barrel. And they'll be like, what do you want me to do with that? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? So I like places like Seal Box and stuff like that. Like those are the kind of things that I need to get into to be able to get it to the people that actually watch and support this channel. You know what I mean? It's not the local people. I mean, I'm sure they would love it too, but that's not who I'm trying to help out. But this whiskey ginger is fantastic, first off. But we do have new merch stuff coming out towards the end of the month too. A little Christmas vibes, a little beard vibes, a little bourbon vibes. So a little mix. I just kind of lean into the stuff that I like beard, bourbon, dad vibes. That's what we're here for. Juan says, JC, if you ever find yourself in Dallas, let me know. I'll hook you up. JC, you better take him up on that. He has everything. He has every bottle known to man in his house. And tequila. It's not like he works, you know what I mean? They're always drinking at work. I'm kidding, kind of. Poking fun. Anyways, so other bottles I'm looking for. What is it? Obviously, Woodford's batch proof rye that's coming out. I am still wanting to get the Penelope apple cinnamon premix old fashioned. I like almost anytime they release those, I want to try it. I want to get it on the shelf and just have a little taste. You know what I mean? JC says, call me old fashioned. You think your community is big enough to where you'd sell out? Of course, I would buy your pick, but I think you should collab with a store. If any of us want it, we pay you and you ship them. See, the only issue with that is that second part technically isn't legal. I'm not allowed to ship whiskey. But I do think I don't have to buy full barrels. I can buy half barrels. And I know for sure I would sell out a half barrel with no problem. Because it's not just the people that watch the stream. I have other people that don't necessarily come into the live streams that are local-ish around here, or like people that know me from different groups and stuff like that. But that's also part of it too. You know what I mean? Like it's cool to do that stuff, but also you got to think logistically, kind of like what JC's doing. Um, but you also have to pick the right barrel too. Like you don't go pick Buffalo Trace and be like, hopefully this works. Like no, pick something cool, unique. New Riff probably isn't the way to go. I'd love that, but North Florida Bear, welcome back, baby. It's been a minute. It says howdy, folks. Happy Friday. Cheers. Sipping on a store pick, full proof, Old Foresters 133. Sounds fantastic. If I was to do one with a store, I probably would want to do it at the store near North Florida, the Bourbon Barn. They always do cool shit. See, I have options, Eric. I have options like that. The only issue is like nobody local here is watching this channel for the live streams, at least. So, oh, actually, Jerry comes in every once in a while. There's a handful that dabble. But I've been slacking. I've been slacking on the content. I've been busy. Like that's an excuse, but like I've been busy as shit. You know what I mean? So I said 2024 was going to be the year. It started to be. It was cruising. But then I had to like adjust. I like obviously you guys know this is personal details, but like I closed down my photo business, started something different, and we've just been cruising now. So I didn't plan for that at the beginning of the year. Old Forester pick or Knob Creek? I wouldn't do Knob Creek. Old Forester would be a good pick. I'd be okay with that. To be honest, I would love to do like a Still Austin. Like a Still Austin pick would be fantastic. I wouldn't do Redwood Empire, even though that would be fun. Not like logistically doesn't make sense. I'd love to do a Still Austin pick, or what was the other one I was thinking about? I can't remember. I could do a St. Augustine one right now, but I don't think that would hit. You know what I mean? Like, not good for the masses. They'd have to give me something crazy. I'd like to do a Jack too. I'd do a Jack by a full barrel, and I would just keep the barrel. If I do a Jack, I'm doing a rye. 100%. Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye picked by me. It'd be like 175 proof. Guaranteed. Not guaranteed, but you know what I mean. I'm picking the highest proof out there. No, we have some things that we're working on in the background. It's taking me a lot longer to do things than I'd hoped. So, just because this is basically a bottle kill at this point, let's finish. Let me give you my full review here. My final thoughts on this bottle. It was good. Don't get me wrong. Wild Turkey's fantastic. Rare Beard's great. The barrel proof part was a good touch. Would I buy another one? Possibly. I would more probably look for the single barrel picks of the Russells before I get this. Not the bourbon, but the ryes. Money wise, really good value. It's just it has a couple flaws in it. It didn't do well in a blind. Like I don't know why. I think it was just a day, to be honest. Kind of had a couple chemically vibes to it on the blind, but non-blind, it's been fantastic. How is it compared to the 8-year? This is a rye. So my 8 years in the car, to be honest. It's in the trunk in a backpack. But I mean, I probably would pick it just depends on what you want, rye or bourbon though. The 8 years fine. I would probably pick rare breed bourbon over the 8-year though. But the rye it's in its own little category for me. Like, it's good. Now it's a bottle kill. Like, it's good. It's just like, it's hard for me to look past the Jack Daniel's single barrel proofs when they're coming in at 133 proof. They kind of hit the marks that you want for the rye. So when you're looking at this, even though it's barrel proof, it's only 112 and a half proof. So would I rather buy this for like 50, 60 bucks, or would I rather buy the single barrel proof Jacks at 130 proof, but maybe 70 bucks? I probably would go Jack all day, every day. But this is a decent understudy, I'd say. It's just it's a little bit sweeter than spicier compared to the Jack. The Jack is like all spice. You know what I mean? And that's what I typically like in the rye now. I want my ryes to be rye, spice, punch you in the face. I don't necessarily want it to be sweeter. If it is going to be sweeter, I don't want it to be in between. I want it to be all the way. I want it to be just unique. And the bottle I can point to that does that is the Bottled and Bond rye from High West. That one leaned green apple candies, sweet. It was different and unique, and I like that it found its own little lane for the rye. This one kind of feels like it's almost like in between, you know. JC says, by the way, that song Ginger Ale. Yeah. I can drop it in the Discord. I didn't like Christian says I didn't like the 101 rye. Too lemony for me. I don't get lemon, but I do get where you're going with it. Maybe just different in taste buds. But this is, for the rare breed rye, it definitely is like grassy, herbal, earthy notes. You know what I mean? It doesn't have the traditional mint that I like in ryes, but it does have like the spice. Oh, Proof Chaser says, picked up the Hazmat Lanyard Hill Blown Away. I knew he meant Tanyard, and I still said it Lanyard. I don't know why. I mean, I don't believe you. Send me the bottle. I'll check it out. Make sure it's legit. I'll do like a, what is it? Quality check, authenticity check. Send it to me. I'll make sure it's legit, not like a fake one for you. Proof Chaser. It will come back to you just slightly less in the bottle, but like don't worry about that. I'd love to get one of those bottles, but I'm gonna drink it in everybody's most hated way. I'm gonna drink it in a whiskey ginger. I'll drink it neat too. Don't get me wrong, but like I'm gonna drink it fucking weird. Ooh, camera just died. Give me a second. I knew I should change that battery. What's funny is everybody keeps telling me to buy those the battery packs that way the cameras never die. Every time I go look for them, wait, what's happening? I want it. There it goes. There it goes. Every time I go look for them, they're like on back order. So I could buy a real janky cheap one, but I don't want to do that. I'd rather just buy the one that goes with the camera. JC says, oh, and call me old fashioned, don't disown me, but I tried Johnny Walker Blue, and I thought it tasted unique. It smelled and tasted like cinnamon, oak, vanilla, tobacco, and not cigarette ashtray tobacco. You know, I want to get into Scotch more. I want to like it. I just haven't found anything that I like. But I'm glad you like it. You know what I mean? I'm all about like widen out, branch out, figure out stuff that you like. And then that way you guys can recommend me different stuff. Because I haven't had the blue. I have the black. And I have like the mini bottle, to be honest. Yeah. Oh, shit. I have the Johnny Walker Black Label 12-year age. You know what I mean? Like, I have stuff. I have some things in this room. I just don't like it. Maybe we'll try that here in a second. Let's see if my palate's changed any. Proof Chaser says Jack is the best distillery in my opinion. They don't miss. They don't miss. Now, there's some bottles that I personally like more than the Jacks, but I think overall, Jack Daniel's Distillery makes some of the best products. And I did a poll on this like a little bit, like probably a month ago or so. Let me see if I can pull it up. I think I said, hey, like, who would you pick? Buffalo Trace, which is probably the most popular one, or Jack Daniels? 63% said Jack Daniels, 37% said Buffalo Trace. And I said as a whole. I'm talking about from old number 7, all the way up to like the Tanyard Hills, from Buffalo Trace's benchmark all the way to, the antique collection. So I was saying the entire thing. And me personally, Buffalo Trace is great. I love all their products, but I would always pick a Jack Daniels over it. So, Proof Chaser, I think you're spot on. You know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't see nothing wrong with that comment. JC says, Proof Chaser, if I don't like Jack 10 Batch 3, do you think single barrel proofs would be more my style? Also, I hear rye is bourbon friendly, but I love rye spice. Does it provide the heavy rye taste? JC, I'm a professional rye drinker now. The answer is yes. I have the Jack 10 Batch 3. It is not like the single barrel proofs. This is good. Don't get me wrong. I personally like it, but it's its own unique little thing. I would say go buy 2 different ones. You have to have had the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye, right? If you haven't, Total Wine does like 375 milliliter bottles. Go buy one of the whiskeys at barrel proof, obviously. One of the ryes at barrel proof, and then even the rye at I think it's 100 proof. Go buy those. They're like $30 each. You know what I mean? And buy them different times. You don't have to buy them all at once. But I personally love all of those bottles. And I do like them over the 10. The 10 is unique, though. It's different, a little more tobacco, a little sweeter, a little lower proof, obviously. JC says, call me old-fashioned. I'd hurry and drink that 12-year black. That's the one I had for 6 months and poured the second half down the sink because all you smelled taste was ashtray. Yeah. Oh, wait, hurry up and drink it. I don't want to drink it then if that's what you're feeling. Kyle in the chat. Welcome back, baby. He says 199. Just jumped in to say hey and good night, Kyle. Good night. What are you talking about? The night's young, bud. Night's young. Kyle, appreciate the super chat as always. Much appreciated. We'll put that in the Bourbon Fund. What do you got? Work tomorrow or something? Like why are you leaving? Where are you going? What happened? Ladies and gentlemen, if you've just now tuned in, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 5,000, whatever you want to label it, but we're on the road to it. I did a little intermission with a little whiskey ginger. I'm about to venture out into a little scotch. I'm not looking forward to this. Sexy B, hello. How's everybody doing? Sexy B, welcome to the stream, baby. Happy Friday. I cracked it and it just doesn't sound like it's going to be a good time. Kyle says, got the kids tonight. Been hanging out with them. Hell yeah. Turn on The Grinch. It's free on Peacock if you didn't know. The cartoon one, obviously. Me and the kid watched The Grinch for the first time tonight. It was cool. It was a good time. Love the holidays with kids. So I get it. Tell the kids, call me on fashion. Say what's up. Make sure they know that the elf on the shelf is coming. We should do Call Me Old Fashioned on a shelf. You know what I mean? Christian says, call me old fashioned. You don't have to do this. I do. I have to do this. What is that? Lord of the Rings? You don't have to do it. I do. I can't remember. It's been a while. I mean, again, think about it like this. I want to like Scotch. I don't think this is gonna. I just spilt it. I want to like Scotch to an extent. Don't know if this is gonna be the one, but let's. The one thing I will say, when you're in your bourbon journey, right? If you don't like something, you can always go back to it later. I hated Rise. At the beginning of this channel. Go watch the first couple streams. They're hard to watch, don't get me wrong. But the first couple streams, I would refuse to drink rye. I was like, fuck that. I'm not, don't come to me for Rise. I'm not drinking it. And now I'm drinking a little whiskey ginger telling you how much I love rye. So your palate can change. Don't know if it's going to change to the extent to like in this bottle, but you never know. And Kyle says, thanks, brother. Y'all take care. Good night, everyone. Kyle, good night, bud. See you next Friday. Or sometime in between. All right. Let's dive into the... What are we drinking again? Johnny Walker Black Label 12-year age. What's the proof on this? $90 proof, 40% alcohol, right? That's $90 proof. Norflor says, gonna want to clip this for the shorts. Damn, bro. Get warmed up. Hey, y'all, can y'all tell? I've been hitting the gym. I didn't go today. I was slacking. But I'm a little sore. All right. Damn. I have a bad feeling about it now. Y'all are like on the edge of your seat waiting for me to throw up. Next up, we can do Malort, right? A little Johnny Walker, cleanse the palate with Malort or something. I don't like the nose. The nose isn't as approachable. The only thing I can pick off of it is like a little ethanol and like a little. I'm thinking it's vanilla. Now, granted, don't take it. Take the nose for what you will. It's a reused Glen. I'm running low. Yeah, it's not bad. It had a little sweet note on it, almost like caramel, and then it just gets worse. It just gets bad. It's already there, right? So might as well. It's like on your teeth. Who chooses to drink this? You know what I mean? Like, somebody buys this bottle and goes, you guys coming over? I got some 12-year. You coming over? It's allocated. Like, somebody's doing that. It's not good. To be honest, I like just being honest, like it's not as bad as the first time. For sure. The first time I had it, I was on the verge of throwing up. It's not as bad. It's just like it's just not good. It kind of like makes me want to throw up now. I'm all right. We're good. We're good. I tested it. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Done with that. It's almost like somebody's like actively smoking a cigarette. And they're like ashing. Like I'm just sitting here like this as they're smoking a cigarette and they're just flicking it right in my mouth. It just gets worse as we're talking. Not a fan. Not a fan. Not as bad the first time. Still not good. Still not good. I'm okay. I'm okay with, you know what I mean? Like, I want to like scotch. I just don't think with a scotch that I have around me, like that's gonna, like I'm gonna find the scotch to get. You know what I mean? So I'll probably have to like have. Who needs enemy was when your friends send you scotch. That's what I mean. Nobody sent me that. I bought that like a long time ago. 504-28 or 958 chaos giving away bourbon. You missed that part of the stream, so I'm not necessarily giving away bourbon. I am, but I'm not. Right? I have a handful of bourbon that I don't drink. Right? Granted, I have a lot. I'm blessed to have that. Don't get me wrong, but I have a lot that I don't touch. My brother, who is newer to bourbon, right? He's coming down for the holidays. He wants to get into bourbon and whiskey, and I have a bunch that I'm never going to touch, so I'm going to give him a handful of whiskeys. I think it's over 20 bottles. I'm going to just give him, let him just run wild with it. They're all open. They're all things I've reviewed and either didn't like or they're just not something that I would ever really go back to that often. I'll let him explore those. You know, he'll drink them with whiskey and Coke at the end of the day if he doesn't like it. Where me, I'm probably not going to do that because of how much shit I have in here. So that's why. Christian says, long story short, he's giving me a ton of bottles. That's great. Long story short, he's giving it to me. Christian, you drive down. I'll give you anything off the shelf you want, bud. JC says Johnny Walker Blue would be going to try at the bar. So that's where I'm coming from, right? Like for scotch, for any bourbon or whiskey drinker who wants to get into the bourbon or I'm not bourbon, I'm sorry, scotch, I think going to like pour bars, bourbon bars, things like that that have scotch, going and trying like a half ounce, I think would be the way to go. Instead of waste your money on a full bottle or anything like that, that would be the way to do it. Don't know if that would be the way I'll do it, but you never know. 504 says, we don't drink bourbon with Coke. We only mix it with our spit. Hell yeah. And granted, you can drink the bourbon the way you want to. All day, every day, I'm here for it. I'll drink whiskey and gingers. I'll drink Jack and Cokes, whiskey and Cokes. I don't really do bourbon and Cokes that often, but I have done some Stag and Cokes. Don't get me wrong, a little cherry Coke with a little Stag is fantastic. But granted, it's a good whiskey Coke. It's just kind of a bad way to drink the whiskey, in my opinion. Like it's definitely better if you drink it neat, but whatever. Do what you want with it. JC says, call me old fashioned. No one's going to take that piggyback off your hands. You're stuck with it. No, I'm giving it to him, bro. It's in the pick. I got Blade and Bow in there. I got the Travelers in there. I got the Caribou in there. The piggyback. He's getting those. Neat room temp. 504. I'm not arguing with you. I think that's a great way to drink whiskey. 100%. It's the way I like to drink whiskey. Now, granted, I like to switch it up every once in a while, like a little cocktail, like an old fashioned. When I first started this channel, I really didn't care for neat pours as much as I do now. I liked it over ice because I liked cold drinks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But the longer this channel has gone on, the more I personally like my pours neat. So Max THC says, have you tried the Old Fit 7-year yet? You mean the bottle back here? The one I drank early in the stream? Absolutely. Great bottle. Great bottle. You know what's funny? Is I think a lot more people are getting their hands on it because everybody's talking about it. At least tonight. I'll pull up, or I'll drop a link in a sense to I did a full review on it. Not full, like, you know what I mean? I like to have fun with my reviews. But granted, if you guys no. I almost banned JC for a second there. If you guys want to watch the full review of the Old Fit 7, there's the link. Feel free to go watch that. It's on the channel. You can do it later, you can do it now, it don't matter. But he's like, haha, I didn't see it. No, I'm not saying you did. It's a great bottle. Great bottle. I actually really like this bottle. I also like that it's going to be a shelfer. I like the look of the bottle. I like all the details put in. I think Old Fitzgerald did a really good job of finding a really good spot in the market. They kind of hit everything. They hit the budget part. They hit the fancy part with the bottle look and the cork and all the details. They hit the alcohol part, which is a really great pour, right? I also think they hit a mark where it's also going to be hard for it to become a shelf product because how many people like it or want it. It will take a while, but eventually it should be on the shelves where you go in and pick it up any day. So I'm not going to have another pour of that one tonight, but go watch the other video if you want to see the breakdown, by all means. He says, I hope it actually does become a shelfer. It's supposed to. It's supposed to. I think it will. It's becoming more available around here. I'm not going to buy another one until I run out or it becomes a shelfer. Or, you know what I mean? Like, I'll get on a little run one day and I'll drink that whole bottle and we'll be singing a different song. But I'll hold on to that bottle for a little bit. But I am excited to see that bottle on the shelf right next to the Woodford's Double Oak. I think it kind of falls within that same window for me. JC says, oh, and when I tried the Johnny, it was $15 for a 1.5 ounce. However, I guess the girl thought it would be I would tip high or something because she gave me a double. No, ain't nothing wrong with that. Maybe she thought you were cute or something. Or maybe she did think you had deep pockets. $15 for a 1.5 ounce pour is not bad. Can't argue there. I would much rather say, hey, is there a way I can just get like a 1/2 ounce, a little taster, because I don't want to drink 1.5 ounces of something I don't like, but you never know. JC says, call me old fashioned, don't you dare ban me. I will come back full swinging, named with a dog with a Gucci attire. That's funny. What's funny is, like, in the past couple streams, I've clicked a couple buttons and almost banned people. Not on purpose, right? I don't really care to do that. But I've came close. And I'm like, it's just the way YouTube's buttons have been falling. Is they've been updating things. It's almost like hurting me. You know what I mean? I may accidentally ban somebody. I could undo it after the stream, but it'd take me. I'd have to wait till after the stream. Let's see. Let's do a little 13th Colony. It's been a minute. It's a great bottle. Nothing wrong with that. Let's put this pour over here. 504 says, it's good. Old Fit 7. I'm only on my second one. If you can try and find Spirits of the French Lick. Either you typed that wrong or I don't think I've ever heard of that. JC says, What color top is your rare character? I want to look up the juice. It might be. So I have three. Let me pull them over. Let's do that. I have rare character Kentucky Straight Bourbon or Kentucky Straight whiskey. I have the straight rye whiskey. And then I have a single barrel rare character from Jacksonville Bourbon Whiskey Society and Shores Liquor, which is like, oh, you can't see it. Fuck. It's like a gold top. Now, this one, as much as they say it's not, it tasted like an Amberana finish. So, 504 says, never heard of it. Not a typo. I'm big on small craft distilleries. Okay. I'll look into it. If it's not a typo, I just thought French Lick, the Maddie Gladden, like that just sounded like you were typing up something crazy. But I'm here for it. I'm not opposed to small distilleries in any capacity. Like, to be honest, like I like a lot of craft stuff, but French Lick, just people come in here and bait me to try and say some crazy shit. So JC says, so good. Black and orange tops. I have this is, the rye is a navy. The whiskey is an orange. And the single barrel is a gold. You can send me a picture of a French Lick? Shit, 504, okay. I'm kidding. No, I'll look it up. I got you. Sexy B says, I'm sorry for the soup. I'm super late. Just wondering why you're getting rid of bourbon. Sexy B, don't be sorry. It's okay. I'm here for you. Why am I getting rid of bourbon? The honest answer is I have too much. You know what I mean? I don't know how to say it without it sounding super depressing. Like, I have a decent amount of friends. I don't have bourbon friends. I don't have a ton of people that are coming over constantly and drinking all my bourbon, right? Some people have that, and I'm good for them, right? But I have an ungodly amount of whiskey in this room. I have everything you can see right here, but I also have shelves up here. I have whiskey over here. I have whiskey behind the camera, and I have a bookshelf of whiskey right here. This shelf right here, I'd love it to be something where I can look at it and be like, oh, there's all my bottles. But it's so compact, you know what I mean? But I also have this bottom shelf. And it's usually where I put the whiskey that I'm really never going to touch again. Not that it's bad whiskey. It's just stuff that doesn't really necessarily sit with me personally, right? It doesn't hit my vibe or whatever the scenario you want to put in there is. So my brother is coming to town. He's newer to bourbon, newer to whiskey. And I picked out a handful of bottles that either I don't like or I just won't really gravitate towards myself. And so I was like, let me just hook him up with everything. So tonight, what the stream was about, and you can rewatch it later if you want, is I just wanted to pull out the bottles that I was going to give away, try them, figure out if it was something that maybe changed my mind. Like 1792 Full Proof was originally in that batch. And I said, you know what? I'm going to keep that one. I want that one for me. Same thing with the Yellowstone Toasted. Pulled that back out of the bundle, and I said, you know what? I'm going to keep that one too. But there's about 20 bottles down there as of right now that I'm just going to give away. It's not all bad, right? There's some Shady Mile stuff. There's my Travelers, the Caribou and stuff like that I don't like. Whistle Pig that I don't like. But 1792 Small Batch, Old Grandad Bonded, Castle and Key Weeded, Henry McKenna 10-year, Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, Kirkland's Bottle and Bond, 2 different Yellowstones, Bank Street. Like, there's a handful of stuff down there. You know what I mean? That I'm just going to give to him so he can kind of start his bourbon journey. Try different things, see what he likes, what he doesn't like. But I won't really touch those again. You know what I mean? They're good. They're not bad. But I have things like, it sounds ignorant when I say it, but like I have a lot better whiskey. And like when I first started out, I'd love to have that selection, but now that I have like a 13th Colony Double O, for example, like why did I choose half that stuff I just named off over this one? So 504 says Saints Alley came out with a rye cask finish and wine barrels. Amazing juice. Okay, that'd be fun. Hemingway 102. Smoke Wagon Desert Colt. Smoke Wagon. I haven't had a Smoke Wagon in a while. Sexy B says 1792. I'm wanting to get that one, just haven't got to it. 1792 is like I have this love-hate relationship with them because the Barton juice is good. Like it has great flavors, great nose, great palate. The only issue with it is it dries my tongue out, and it almost makes me thirsty to drink it, and I don't like that. So the small batch, the Kirkland's bottled and bond, regular 1792 bottled and bond, even full proof, they all do that. I kept the full proof because the higher the proof, the less it does that. So maybe I find something cool to do with that bottle, but you know what I mean? We'll see. SexB says, your collection sounds like my nail stuff collection. So that part of that, what I just named off, was just all stuff that I don't really touch. Now, you can see a lot of my collection. I got Russell's 15 and 13, Jack 10, Jack Heritage, some rare character and some Redwood Empire. I got the 13th Colony Double O, couple Buffalo Trace things, still Austin. Like, those are the things that I like to drink. Store picks. I love a store pick. 1792 full proof store picks are the only way. Yes and no. Because there hasn't been a Barton juice that I've not had that dry mouth thing with, so I can't imagine the store picks going to be any different. But I do hear the store picks are fantastic. So, again, love to try it. Don't want to spend the money on it. But one day, you never know. Now this one right here, when it comes to pours, like you can tell what it is right away. It's like motor oil in a glass. It's got its own little distinct smell. It's just a fantastic pour. Can you guys hear that? My neighbors are going crazy upstairs. This one's 133.74 proof. It's hot, but in like a good way. He's like, they are. Trust me. I trust you. I'm not worried about it. I hear they're great, regardless. That one's a little hotter than I remember. What he said. Orange is MGP. The rare character Kentucky Straight Whiskey is MGP? Sexy B says, okay, so I'm wondering, can you mix that with soda or juice or something? Which one? Which one are we talking about? Sexy B. Are we talking about the 13th Colony? I would say the 13th Colony, if that is what you're talking about. No. You wouldn't mix this with almost anything. I don't know if it would be good with anything. It is its own little unique little drink. It's oaky, but I don't know how to describe it because it's so unique and so different than any other whiskey that you've tried. It coats your mouth super well, super oily, super viscous. it has like some sweetness level to it, but it also like comes through really aggressively with this like hot proof leather shoe, tobacco, and like desserts all at the same time. It's really well balanced, but very like if you've ever had it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like it's hard to describe it because of how much is going on at once. 504 says I like to taste the char of the barrel, but it's got to be quality. I ain't mud tires on a Cadillac. I like that analogy. That's a good one. Old Carter Batch 12 is my all time favorite is Old Carter Batch 12. Is that what you're saying? I haven't had that either, but I mean, if you're saying that's your all time favorite, that needs to be on my list then, because that means it's got to be something special at least. I went live a little bit earlier, so it's only 11:06. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, drop a like on the stream. Subscribe if you are new. If you're not, what are you doing? Why are you not subscribed? I'm gonna need more water soon because I'm running low. You guys remember early in the channel, I used to stream for like 5-6 hours. We're 2 hours in, and I'm tired. I'm like, man, I could take a nap right now. With streaming 5 hours, we were fucking psychopaths. .504 says my typing is shit. I've been pouring myself. 504, just so you know, what's funny is I'm dyslexic. It just is what it is. I'm pretty good at figuring out what people are trying to say just because I've been doing it a while. But sometimes I can't. And people are like, what the fuck are you saying? That's why. Your typing can't be that bad because I can at least somewhat read it. But if it gets too bad, I'll call you out. Like, what are we talking about? Because I can't read that. There's some people in here that type gibberish to me. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I describe my bourbon taste. I like mud tires, but on a Cadillac. I'm dead. That's good. I mean, describe it how you want. You know what I mean? Like, it's your whiskey. Fucker. That fucking sucked. I just like jammed my leg into my little desk thing here. Let's do one or maybe two more pours. I'm thinking dessert vibes. That's just me. So let me pull two super sweet ones over. Call me out. I love that shit. You haven't done it that bad though. Yeah, really, you haven't. Like, if you did, I would say something. I promise you, because I won't be able to read it. And then people are like, "Why are you reading so weird?" I'll be like, "I don't know what the fuck he's saying." If you stay long enough, somebody's gonna type some crazy shit in here. It's gonna look like they fell on the keyboard. So. All right. Next pour, I put a little poll in the chat. Next pour, we got the honey finish and the maple finish. Damn, these are dusty too. 504 says I'm gonna pour hard truth right now with you. Which hard truth do you have? Because I have the weeded one. So I put in the chat for the poll. Next pour, we're thinking dessert vibes. I have the short barrel bee's knees, double barrel toasted, 111 proof. This is finished in honey, super sweet. Don't get me wrong, but it's It's like a one and done type of pour. And then I have short barrel Sapsquatch. This is 118 proof, finished in maple and toasted barrels. It's still sweet. Again, don't get me wrong. I don't even really get the toasted. It's all maple, but I don't know which one's sweeter. If I had to guess, it's probably the honey, but the maple could be, but the proof is cut through it a little bit. So y'all go ahead and vote on that. That'll be our next pour, and we'll figure it out here in a minute. He says Sweet Mash Rye 117. That sounds fantastic. I don't have that one. The one I have for Hard Truth was sent to me by one of my buddies, and he's in Indiana. He sent me Hard Truth, Sweet Mash, Wheated Bourbon, Bottle and Bond, Mash Bill. Gonna be number 2. What's the proof? 100 proof. This one's good, but this one is, it's wheated, but it has a little bit of almost toasted vibes. It has a little bit of chocolate notes on it. It's good. I like it. That one's definitely not in the giveaway pile. He says, can't drink anything under 100 proof. I like driving on a spare donut tire. That's funny. I mean, granted, personally, I like things above 100 proof too. Don't get me wrong. But there's some bottles I love under 100 proof. Woodford's Double Oak, regular Woodford's. Fuck, I can't even remember. Jack Daniels, 10 years. I can't remember. There's a handful of stuff that's under 100 proof that I'm okay with. Guys, if you're just now tuning in, drop a like on the stream. Help us reach out to other people. Subscribe if you are new. We do go live every Friday around 9 to 9:45 p.m. Eastern time. Time varies. It just kind of depends on what we're doing. If we're not doing too much, I'll go live earlier. If we're doing something professional, I'll go live a little bit later. Tonight we went live at 9, but I just kind of went through a handful of bottles I was giving away to my brothers coming down. Technically, if he watches his back, he can figure it out for himself. But yeah, he doesn't know. North Florida says Bourbon Barn will be dropping Sapsquatch and an OZ Tyler November 22nd. Can't wait. The Sapsquatch is, oh shit. It's good. It's unique. I don't know. There's just something about the maple finish. I like the honey finish more. And you can tell just by how much I've drank from each bottle. Like I go towards the honey a little bit more. It's just been the go-to, right? Not that Sapsquatch is bad. It's just, I don't know. I think I like honey more than maple syrup. That's just me. But they're both great bottles. They're both very, very dessert feeling, right? You could have one good pour, and you're pretty good. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to do much more than that. JC says Navy Blue is MGP and New Rift. JC, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I will say I don't get that. Because Navy is a rye, and my rye is 123.76 proof. My whiskey is 133 proof. The whiskey could definitely be MGP. I could see that. The rye being New Rift? I don't know. But you never know. Could I see the gold again? I think I read the gold wrong. Yeah, here. I gotcha. I'll just leave it there for a second. It's a gold top, obviously. Just it's single barrel. Single barrels are where things start varying a little bit. The other ones are their like limited edition releases. So cut above single barrel double oak will be any double oaks out there. I'll need to get that one then because I'm a big double oak fan. If you haven't already, go watch the live stream I did like 2 weeks ago. I did a big blind of double oaks. I think my palate was a little bit off, but I think we still got the winner that we're supposed to. It was the Jack Daniel's Heritage, to be honest. But crazy results. North Florida says, everyone, don't forget to like and subscribe. Join the Discord to continue the conversations. Guys, if you haven't already, if you're not in the Discord, feel free to join the Discord. It's free as of right now. It will not be free forever. Anybody that's in there will be grandfathered in, but eventually we'll have to charge to get in there. Not yet. I'm not saying anytime soon, but eventually. It'll be part of the membership thing. If you haven't become a member and you want to support the channel, feel free to become a member. It's like, I don't know, it's like $2. All it does is put towards our bourbon fund. No pressure, though. I'm not here to sell anybody on anything. JC says, also, I did say orange was actually Heaven Hill. So orange being Heaven Hill for the whiskey would make a lot more sense. That one feels a little more Heaven Hilly. But they're so unique. They're so different. They are a blend. Like, if you look at the blend breakdown, there's a lot in there. It's not just like Kentucky. It's Kentucky and Maryland and all these other shit. So let's check the poll real quick. All right, so about 80% is saying honey, 20% saying maple. So let's go with the honey. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Thanks for everybody that voted. Let's go ahead and put the Sapsquatch back. I'm keeping these. Like, these are great bottles. Don't get me wrong. Like, so they're not going nowhere. But the Bee's Knees is more of a dessert style pour. Waiting on that Still Austin Blue Corn. 504 says, me too, 100%. They did just say it was releasing. It should be in stores near you. I'm going to say check Total Wine early. If you are friends with a local liquor store that sells Still Austin, let them know. Say, hey, like, I want a bottle. The Tanager, Still Austin releases things pretty religiously, right? They release the red corn first, the blue corn second. Then they release the Tanager come the last week, right before Thanksgiving, all the way into December. If as much as I want the Tanager to myself, and I don't want to hurt my ability to get it, but like, guys, if you were ever to pick up a bottle, buy that one. If I don't get it, then you owe me a sample if you got one, just saying. Yeah, I've been dying for the blue corn. Total Wine, November 21st. Yeah, that's probably a correct date. Holiday season, November, December, January. These are all times for allocated season whiskey releases. Everybody's competing with everybody. You also have the gift boxes releasing at the same time, so everybody's releasing a bunch of shit. So this is the time to buy whiskey if you're into whiskey. I'm going to try and hold back as much as I can to not buy a bunch of whiskey because I have a bunch. And then as much as I want to, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to try and save some money this year, but we'll see. We'll see what damage is. Because I can go crazy. It does have a rye spice quality for sure. But this one, so like, I hear this is supposed to be more of a high rye bourbon from what people that picked it was that told me. but it very much feels like Amberana finish. And they say it's not, and I'm okay with them saying it's not, but I can promise you it feels Amberana. Like it feels very cinnamon spice vibes. And it's okay. Like it's a good pour, but the other ones are better. 504 says hard saving money in this hobby. It is. I literally started January and February being like, I'm not gonna buy any bottles for the first couple months. Blah blah blah. And the first month I bought a 13th Colony Double Oak, and the second month I bought a Russell's 15. So you know what I mean? Like I was downhill quick. Been a while since I've had that bee's knees. That's fantastic. The honey sweetness is really prominent, but the proof on it. What's this one? 111? Yeah, 111 proof is a really good proof for a honey finish. Cuts through a lot of the sweetness, gives you a little spice, a little heat on it. But man, that's fantastic. Now, granted, you can only drink so much of that because it is heavy, it's thick, it's viscous as hell, oily as hell, but it's a lot to do with that honey. So, my nose is getting a little clogged. Well, ladies and gents, I think this is part of the stream where we probably close it down. I mean, I'd like to go a little bit longer, but kind of running out of ideas here. I don't want to make too big of a mess. I wish I was in a spot where I could do cigars at the same time because I'd love to have a cigar right now. What's the temperature? Let's. Oh, somebody disliked the stream. It's okay. My feelings aren't hurt. Oh no. What's the temp? It's 65 outside. That's good cigar weather. I'm just saying. It's gonna be super cold next week. I think maybe like Tuesday when it's supposed to be super, super cold. We do a little late night pour on Tuesday. I do a cigar and bourbon by the fire. I think that'd be a good time. I think the gold is 4 Roses. JC, I don't know if that, like, I don't know where you're getting this stuff, but like, I would hope so. Fuck. Let's just pour it. Let's just pour it, JC. You talked me into it. Let's do a little of this one. I don't think it's 4 Roses from what I remember, but I know 4 Roses pretty well. So they do have a blend. That's the issue with rare character. Not issue. The benefit and the issue, if you whichever way you want to take it. They blend it with like Kentucky and Tennessee and Maryland and Indiana. They blend all those together to get these single barrels, or they get not the single barrels. I guess the limited releases. Single barrels can be from almost anywhere. This one, proof wise, is going to be 116.42, 7-year, 4-month age. It is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, cask strength. Barrel number is K45-006. Somebody says, fuck them, your live is awesome. Hey, I appreciate it. It's okay if they dislike it. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to die, I promise. Oh, no. Some people don't like whiskey streams, and that's okay. I'm not, like, you know what I mean? I'm here to just have a good time. I like to talk about whiskey and bourbon. My nose is so stuffed up right now, so it looks like I'm on, like, cocaine. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just snorting my ass off. I like to have a good time. I like to talk whiskey. I like to talk bourbon. I like to drink different whiskeys throughout the night, granted. That some people might take that as showing off. I just like to drink through my collection or selection, or however you want to word it. But granted, early in the streams, if you get here on time, when you know when it says I go live, I try to do professional stuff, blinds, reviews, tastings, all that kind of stuff. We do earlier in the stream. It's not my fault you missed it. 504 says, "Cheers, brother! Awesome shit." Hey, appreciate it. Logan Hopper, big Still Awesome fan. Oh, Logan, am I? Why? What you got for me, bud? You got some Still Austin over there? You got a little something? I do love Still Austin. Don't get me wrong. They haven't given me a reason to not like them. That's what I would put. I've drank this bottle multiple times. I had tasting notes from people that said that they picked the bottle and all that kind of stuff. You cannot convince me this bottle is not Amberana finished. The reason why, it is very cinnamon-esque, like hardcore cinnamon. Christian says, I dislike people who dislike awesomeness. Yeah, it's okay. The Wheel Neil says, I tried Still Awesome Bottom Bond bourbons? Question mark. Just grabbed one. I haven't tried it yet. Which one did you grab? That would be my question. I've had a handful. My Still Austins are right here. I have straight rye whiskey, the cast strength rye, cast strength bourbon, blue corn, bottled and bond, and then the Tanager. That's the ones that I have currently. Logan Hopper says, I was just introduced to Still Austin, only own one bottle. Very impressed. Which one do you have? I love Still. Let's drink some fucking Still Austin, boys. See, that's the kind of energy we need. I'm gonna be bougie though, and I'm gonna drink the fucking Tanager because I'm, you know what I mean? Like, why not? Give me an excuse. Give me an excuse to drink that bottle. Now wake me up when it's... They are releasing a 2025 version of this. Should be coming out in the next month or so. Oh my god, I just poured that way heavier than normal. Love this bottle though. Let's bring the box over too, right? Because the box is half the fun for this one. I'm not gonna make it all fancy. You get my point. Still Awesome makes me not hate Texas whiskey. Agreed. The Wheel Neil says mine is 7 years straight bourbon. Bottom bond. What's that? The horsey one? I haven't had that one. I hear good things, but again, it's like 79, 80 bucks, 100 proof, a little bit longer age. I hear good things, but like, it just depends on how much you critique your whiskey and on what degree. So, I think I would like it. But I haven't had it. But those kind of bottles, they sell out really quick. They don't make a ton of that kind of stuff, I think. I think I got the new one. Total Wine has it. Is it a blue corn? Is it a picture of a raven or is it a picture of a horsey? You got to tell me the picture. Picture tells all, bud. JC said, tried decoding it. I still don't understand it clearly, but I say 4 roses on that one because of the fruit description. 4 Roses also has those recipes that might blend with the higher rye recipes. I agree. I get that. They do have something that goes with the wax. It goes with everything that they're talking about. It's so in depth that I haven't even tried to learn it because it's a little too much. He does have the horsey one. Yeah, I haven't had that one. I hear that one's great though. So I'd love to hear your thoughts if you've opened it. Like, do you like it? Like, what's kind of the vibe on it for you? I know that's one of the longer age ones, but Still Austin in general has not missed for me yet. It just depends on what you factored in. Yeah, 7-year age, bottled and bond, 100 proof, picture of a horsey. Now, granted, if you've never had Still Austin, This is this one right here. This is the one to get. Cask strength bourbon whiskey is 2-year age, but it's 116. Yeah, 116 proof. A fantastic bottle. Fantastic. Right now, I'm being bougie and I'm drinking the Still Austin Tanger. This one is a cigar blend. It's a first edition, 106 proof. The tasting notes on this one, though, bro, that bottle, killing me. Tasting notes on this one, though, is it's typical stuff, right? But it starts to get a little unique where it's like this red fruit roll-up vibes. Got a little tobacco, a little bit of sweetness, but like that red fruit roll-up is just that unique note that just really stands out to me. The musician is the one you have. Yeah, just a normal straight up musician, not the cask strength. That's good too. Don't get me wrong. I like that one. I like the higher proof stuff personally, but musician's a fantastic bottle. I have the mini bottles of musician. I don't know where they're at. I don't know where they would go either. So I'm kind of confused on where they're at. I may have drank them one night. Tumble and Dice 7-year rye aged apple cider cask. Don't know what that is. All right, let's see. What about Westward Single Malt out of Oregon? I haven't had that. I don't know if I've had anything out of Oregon. I'd love to though, because go Ducks. But I've had some stuff out of California. Obviously, Redwood Empire. Yeah, no, I can't say that's one that I've had. There's a lot of things that I've tried, and I'll try them at like whiskey bars and stuff like that, and I'll just get like a single pour, try it. I can't say that's one of them. I don't think it would be a bad idea though. Typically, what I like to do is I either like to buy the bottle if it's cheap enough. If it feels like it's more expensive, I like to try and get a pour of it somewhere, whether if it's from a friend or family member or just at like a bar where you can just get like a quick little like half ounce or something like that to try it. If I think it's good, then great. I'm like, cool, let's review it and let's talk about it. If it's shit, then I don't necessarily want to talk about it. Westward Single Malt Cask Strength is the best from 504. Okay. All right, we got two people talking about the same bottle. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's probably where we end the stream. We've been going for about 2.5 hours. We've teared through an ungodly amount of bottles. And I still got to wake up early. So I think that's where we call it a night. If you guys want to, feel free to hop in the Discord. Not sure if North Florida's still here, but he'd drop a link if he is. If he's not, I can drop one here in a second. Dun, dun, dun. It's a pain in the ass. I don't know how to do all half this shit. Before says, fuck it. Early times, Bourbon is the shit. Wheel the Neil says, legend. Brother, early times, Bourbon is not bad. It's just not, it's just not my vibe. Before says, thank you, bro, for your time. Awesome. I'm going to share your content. I appreciate it. If you guys want to, I just dropped the Discord link. Feel free to join the Discord. It's free for now. Nothing crazy happening there yet, but we have a couple things going. So, if you haven't already, drop a like, subscribe if you are new to the channel. We do go live every Friday at 9 to 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. It just depends on what I'm feeling that day. So make sure you stay froggy, turn the bell on so you get notified. But, ladies and gentlemen, it takes a second because I got to find the outro. But I'm going to drop, we have the song too. I mean, you know what I mean? We're certified. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you on the other side. Peace.
Yeah, pour it up, let the bourbon speak. Call me old-fashioned, we bringing that heat. 100 proof, sipping flavor on blast. Dabbling with the rear view, raise your glass. Bourbon hunting for unicorns, that's the chase. High ride heat, put a smile on my face. Respect to the OGs, yeah, they set the tone. Tucks, Mr. Lopez, I rock, there it gone. Notes hit strong, oaky, smooth ride. I'll see you on the other side. Yeah, pour it up, let the bourbon speak. Call me old-fashioned, we bringing that heat. 100 proof, sipping flavor on blast. Dabbling with the rear view, raise your glass. Bourbon hunting for unicorns, that's the chase. High ride heat, put a smile on my face. Respect to the OGs, yeah, they set the tone. Tucks, Mr. Lopez, I rock, there it gone. Notes hit strong,